So it's Sunday night, and that means a lot has to happen in order to be ready for Monday and the following week to come up. So it's always something has to be done. But Sunday, this is the first Sunday in February of 2024. So it gives me retrospect, and my youngest is about to turn 10, and with that thought comes if I look back 10 years ago, I was getting ready to give birth. So I was nesting, I was preparing to give birth again. And since it wasn't the first time, it's something that feels like, okay, I've been here before, I know what to do, my body knows what to do naturally. And looking back on it, there were signs that I should have known were red flags, but again, I didn't pay attention to them. I ignored the red flags. As long as she was healthy, that was the only thing that mattered to me. And with her about to turn 10, I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to really celebrate, because for me, this is 10. I'm returning 10 too, because I underwent some serious health conditions when after I had given birth to her. So she was born on the 10th, and by the 14th, I was in neuro ICU at a different hospital than where I delivered her at. And I was high risk because of my age, because of her having a 2-vessel umbilical cord, which I didn't understand what it meant in the beginning. The doctor just told me that. And then there was something wrong with her kidneys. It was a technical term. I still don't know the name of that. So meanwhile, I'm nesting, but I have other kids that I have to take care of and make sure that they're getting the things that they need. Just like right now, I will be getting ready for her arrival, but also getting them ready for the week. And so I'm planning what will we do to celebrate her 10th birthday, but also what should I do to celebrate the fact that I went through such a traumatic experience. And it wasn't just me. I didn't go through it alone. A lot of times I say I went through it, but I have to realize that not only did I go through it, but did they go through it, and did he also go through it as well. But I promised myself, once I made it back on this side of the earth, that I was going to live differently. I was going to move differently. I was going to be more present. She was what I fought for the most. They finally turned the lights off. I yell all day long, turn the lights off. Ain't nobody on that side, so they turn the lights off. But she was the reason why I fought to come back. And so I do give her credit for that. Although she was the one that almost took me out, she was the one that I fought the most to come back for. And then we fight the most now because of various reasons. But I went back from pictures from my baby shower, pictures of my stomach when I was pregnant with her, videos of her moving, pictures of her birth, my first birthday, second birthday, third birthday, the different her birthdays, but understanding that there was a time when I was laid up in the hospital where I didn't think that I would see those birthdays. I didn't even know if I would make it for her to be 1 week old, because I was in the hospital before she was a week old. And although I was on the mother baby unit, I didn't want her in the hospital with me, so we were separated, which caused so much anxiety. Today I went to church, which is not unusual, but I always feel every time I go, there's a reason that I go. And he was preaching on don't worry about tomorrow because tomorrow may not come. Worry about today. And don't even worry, because if you worry, then you're taking away from the day when you should just be living and be present in the moment. And I like to go back to 10 years ago on February the 4th. So February the 4th, 2014. If I had been present in the moment and only worried about in that moment and what was to go on in that day. Even now, I'm saying that I have to get ready for the upcoming week, and Sunday night isn't even over. But as a mom, we have to prepare these things because we also have to have a what if or a happenstance or a safety net, a backup plan, a plan B. And I always say, I always plan, backup plan. I'm a planner, got to have a safety net. And I was talking to somebody earlier today, and he was saying, I was doing like a business meeting because when I was sick, I forgot to return some calls. And then when you realize it, when you're an entrepreneur, you're like, oh, I'm about to go into this birthday dinner, but I was supposed to call this person back when he called when I was sick. And now that I remember and I have time, I need to do this conversation. And he was saying, I didn't have my life section out this one. I said, oh, you're a planner. Me too. And I always tell myself, you plan and God laughs. Because you planning for tomorrow, which may not come, when you got to live and enjoy today. And so today, after church, my mom was going out to eat with some ladies from the church and her husband. And what did I do? I sent the youngest one with her because remember, she's about to turn 10. So we're celebrating. It's a celebration. Not only is she turning 10, I'm turning 10 again too. So I cheated death. So send her with the grandparents. That's time for them to bond and them to spend time together. But it's also some free time for me because I got a plan for the week. So I came home and I had to catch up on some things that I didn't do, house-wise, business-wise too, because, I'm still in the hole from being sick. And when she came home, I had done work behind the scenes, which I'm always working, whether I'm working on myself, I'm connecting somebody, I'm networking, I'm doing something. I was allowing her to spend time with her grandmother, to get to know, ask questions, because I realized that there is so much knowledge and wisdom in our elders that if we don't sit down and talk to them, they may not be here tomorrow. So you plan and stay present for today, because to worry. And I was working at the dispensary this summer, and I had a lady come in and tell me that her therapist, now go figure, she's going to a therapist. The therapist saying anxiety is when you worry about the present, you worry about tomorrow, you worry about next week, you worry about the next moment, because if you are someone that realizes that each moment is precious and you have to savor each moment, when you worry about those present, when you worry about those future, it gives you anxiety. And then when you worry over the past, it gives you depression. And so I thought about that. I had to sit with it because that's what I do. And I sat with it. And I was like, that's right, because you get anxious when you think about, oh, what am I going to do? And what am I going to do? This. And then you get depressed thinking of regret, because Sarah Jake said something about regret, living in regret, which would be that would be the only reason why you'd be living in the past, if you were living in regret. And I always said, I don't have any regrets. But then I think back and I always remember the times when I said, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I had have done that, or I could have did this, or I should have waited, or I should have took that move, or I should have shot that shot, and those things like that. And because I used to always feel like Sundays was family days. Don't do anything crazy on, that's family days. And then I got to the point where I had to work on those family days. Even though I was given time, I wasn't completely present. And so I was thinking, okay, what if I send this message today and I don't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow may not come, or tomorrow I may forget. And that's usually what happens, because if it don't go on the phone, I forget. I'm big on, I got a lot of titles. I carry a lot of weight. But my favorite title is Mother. I'm undefeated heavyweight champion of the world in that sense. My footsteps are heavy to come along in. So if I am planning for her birthday on Saturday, then I'm not staying present. I want to celebrate her every day, but I want to also celebrate me. My daughter said, you always be telling us not to be so humble, but you're humble too much. You don't give yourself enough credit for the things that you do. And she's right, I don't, because I don't feel like there is time to savor in this, because I'm worried about, okay, I did do that, and pat myself on the back, congratulations, but don't tell anybody, because I still got more work to do. There is more work within here to do. And then I came home and I started cleaning up and working, and I can't work without music. But it's Sunday, so we had to listen to, I think it was Yolanda Adams Station on Pandora, and all of the songs that were coming were confirmations of the word that I got. I'm thankful for all the times I have smiled this week. I am thankful for all the times I have smiled this week. I am thankful for all the times I have smiled this week. And that's one of the things, my affirmations. Somebody I heard earlier today says, you know, stay in those affirmations, because a lot of times it's all you got. And even when you're staying present within the moment, sometimes you have to say, I'm thankful for this moment, because think about it. I wasn't necessarily promised today in 2024 because of what I endured in 2014, but look at God. And my favorite slogan to say is, thank God I don't look like what I've been through. Well, since I don't look like what I've been through, nobody understands what I've been through, the fight that I've had to fight. I met somebody last year, and I was like, well, I'm a pescatarian. And she was like, oh, well, that explains the figure. And then in the summertime, another person said, oh, you don't eat those kind of foods. That's the secret. That's why you're looking good. And I think people really think that it's easy to say, oh, I stopped eating chicken, or I stopped eating hamburgers, or I only eat this way. A lot of discipline comes with that. And discipline comes with knowing that you were spared 10 years ago. So maybe repeating the same things that you did 10 years ago might not be the smartest idea to do today. And so some of those lifestyle changes I've had to be disciplined about in order to be here and be sane and be healthy today. And it's not easy. And it's often I'm invited to places and people that, you know, don't really know, they don't have things for me to eat. And I'm okay with that, because I'm funny about what I eat anyway. But, and where, and the smell, and, you know, things like that. My aunt did it to us growing up. She worked in the hospital, so she scared us, really germophobic. But I want to say that even though I have to plan somewhat in the future, because it's a new week, but I'm responsible for other lives. So even though I have to do that, I wanted to stay present in today, and staying present in today, and listening to the message this morning. Before I went to church, though, I listened to a Tara message while I was getting ready for church. But the Tara message, and then the message from the scripture and from the pastor, who is like a spiritual father to me, was confirmation. And then coming home, listening to there was double confirmation. And you religious people believe in threes, so there was 1, 2, 3 ways that I got it. So there was video, and then there was in person, which was physical. and then there was audio on there. And if things come in threes, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, that's what's in y'all Bible, then I know I'm on the right track. And I would not know these things if it wasn't for staying present in the moment and being thankful for every day. Every morning that you wake up, every morning that I wake up, I'm grateful and I'm thankful. And I'm trying so hard not to grab my phone the first thing that I wake up. I want to be thankful and I want to be present within that moment. And I just want to just lay there and think about the things that I dreamed, the things that I seen, the visions that came, the things that are supposed to come to pass. I want to revel in that. And I'm so used to just grabbing this and trying to check to see what the weather is and see what time it is and who got to be where first and what appointments that day and what things that I need to do, because I can't drop the ball. Ain't nobody really, I can't pass it. But I also can't take for granted that I was given 10 years. And that not only was I blessed to see 10 years, but I also brought forth life. And I was able to, so far I haven't messed anybody up. I mean, I'm sure they are love fucked up, but aren't we all? But I just want to stay in the attitude of gratefulness, of thank you, of every time I take a deep breath, I'm able to, because laying up there in the hospital, I wasn't able to take breaths, and I wasn't breathing on my own the whole time. And so I want us to start taking life more preciously, and we doing so. And talking to, when I was on the phone earlier, the thing that I kept repeating was, heavy is the head that wear the crown. To whom much is given, much is required. And the message, even today, he was saying sometimes you carrying something that ain't yours, and it's okay to put it down, but cast all of that onto God. Give it all, because you worried about it when no matter what you worried about, it's already fixed on the other side. So there's nothing really you can juggle all these balls, and you can drop a few, but the outcome's still gonna be the same. Or you can keep them all in the air, and I carry my stress here. So when I'm juggling my balls, I'm just all up in the air. I can't even see when I drop them. So I know I can't drop them. And sometimes I'm juggling with my knees and my feet and, head, and you just all messed up. But no matter how many balls you juggling, no matter how many times you drop them, no matter how many times you get a new ball through at you, when you get more balls, it's still going to work out. So worry not about today, because you can cast them, but definitely don't worry about tomorrow, because worrying will get you nowhere. And when you worry, say you can't worship both money and God. You got to do one or the other. And we all know what they say about money, but that's most of the people who don't really have money, or the ones that aren't really grounded in nothing except for money. But I'm grateful that I'm not moved by money. And I'm smart enough to know who and what to idolize and to worship. And I had to get to this point. It wasn't always like this, but sometimes what you looking for don't come in the package that you think it's supposed to come in, and what you playing you might not get. Even with Amazon, it's like a roll of the dice. Sometimes you might get the right stuff, sometimes you might not get the right stuff. Sometimes it may be late, sometimes it may be early. I had one package where they said, we gonna give you your money back. We don't even know what the fuck happened. We don't know if we shipped it, if it didn't get shipped out, if it got shipped, if it got lost, if it got damaged in the way. We don't even know where it's at. I don't even know what to tell you. I ordered some from my books from Amazon, and they was like, the order it wasn't processed. You didn't get it. So what you expected, you might not get. All you can do is just place the order and then just pray And so seek, knock, and ask, pray, and wait on it to be delivered. But don't keep watching the door. When my mom called to bring her back, she was like, "Oh, you didn't answer the phone the first time. I was finna take her home. You was gonna have to come." No, no, no. I'm already in the house. I'm here. Come on, come on. So after she called, I opened the door. I'm standing in the door. My daughter said, "Why are you standing in the door?" I said, "Cause I want her to know I'm here. I'm watching. I'm waiting. I need for my package to be delivered." Now, whether I stood at the door and watched or not, the package was going to be delivered. I didn't have to worry. She knew where the house was, and so I worried for nothing. But as a planner, as somebody that always have a safety net, that's what I do. So I've gotten to where I can stay present. I can be present, and I can worry not, or I can worry. It ain't gonna change nothing, but it's what I do. I play and God laughs. He's a comedian. I wish I was as funny as he is, but I'm unfortunately not. And I guess after Cat Williams thing, I'm gonna leave that to them. But my gift is storytelling. I can tell stories and make them relate to anybody, and that's why when I said I got it 3 ways today, my confirmation is 3 ways. I wasn't expecting it. I just woke up and said, "God, give me what I need today." And I do it every day. What do I need to know today? What make me aware that you're going to give me a word, a message, a sign, a symbol, a confirmation, and just let me stay present to receive it. So all week long, I'm celebrating our birthday. I'm going to say it's our birthday, hers and mine, because everything was a blur. But I remember exhaling once she was in my arms again. And that's because she had to come up to the hospital. I was like, I got to get out on this day because she has an appointment here at this very hospital to have her kidneys looked at for whatever was going on with her. And so when her dad brought her up to me and the lady put me in a wheelchair to go down to her appointment, my blood pressure came down. Everything felt normal once I held her, which I had been away from her for a week at that point. But now I can't really get rid of her for very long. It's like we're attached at the hip. But I thank God that I'm able to still be here and to raise her, because everybody wasn't given that second chance. They weren't given this. And I don't take it for granted. So I'm staying present. I'm celebrating her. I'm celebrating me. I'm celebrating new life. Second, third, fourth, fifth chances. And I'm really, really, really excited about the things that's going to happen for us in 2024. It's only going to get better. And I'm excited to see how much better it can get. So if you haven't been on a journey with, then subscribe, join, tune in, see how it goes, because every day's a new adventure. And so many different things happened today to put today in perspective for me that again, I would not notice because I would already be planning for tomorrow. But I mean, tomorrow is definitely gonna come. Ain't nothing I can do about what goes on and what happens to it. I just gotta ride that wave on out. So let's just see.